We take you now to the nation's capital.
Good evening. This is Elliot Kozak in Washington. And this is the hearing room where the special subcommittee is conducting an investigation of the television rating system. Once the proceedings get underway, we will not be allowed to speak. In fact, the committee is entering the room at this very moment. The next voice you hear will be that of the chairman, Congressman Bradford Bilge.
This hearing will come to order. We want it quiet, absolutely quiet. The proceedings will not continue until we have absolute silence. Who's making all the noise in here?
You are.
That's the trouble with this committee. I have to do everything myself. Sergeant at Arms, what are all these bright lights here for?
Those are for the television cameras, sir.
Television?
Shall I have the cameras removed, sir?
You do, and I'll have you removed. You communist. Call in the next witness.
Nelson Arbidex, take the stand. You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and...
His oath still stands from yesterday. Be seated. Now, according to this rating book that you put out, you even have a figure for the people who are not watching television.
That's correct, sir.
Well, how could you possibly know how many people are not watching television?
We bug the bathrooms.
There's no place left to hide. I call the committee's attention to this rating graph, which presumes to report the television viewing habits of the American public. You peddle this fraud to the agency and networks?
Sir, it is scientifically documented and mathematically correlated.
Don't change the subject. Now, according to the calls you made, this show got no rating at all.
Oh, yes, well, that was the president's press conference.
I guess the ones with telephones are mostly Republicans. And this show?
Leonard Bernstein at the Philharmonic.
You mean these two great programs have no rating, and this show has it all?
Well, that's the Bob Hope Show.
Oh, that's ridiculous, absurd. It's a fake.
You keep out of this. Thank you for your testimony. It's a privilege to meet an honest man. Thank you. One more question off the record. What kind of a rating do you think I'll get on these hearings?
Oh, you haven't a chance, sir. Your opposition is the biggest show on television. The Sicilian Hillbillies.
The Sicilian Hillbillies? That's all we hear about. It's the top show in every rating.
Yes, that program is a disgrace, a blot on our culture. It's time we did something about it. I call to the stand the Sicilian Hillbilly.
Howdy, folks. How do you do, Your Honor? Man, that's buttermilk.
Young man, this is a congressional hearing. Is there anything alcoholic in that jug?
If there ain't, I've done a lot of jug licking for nothing.
Order, order!
Ham sandwich and a beer.
No! Order, order!
Oh, sorry, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not a judge. I'm a congressman.
That's a lie. You can't be with the government. You ain't got enough hair to be a Kennedy.
You're in contempt. I'll give you 30 days.
That's okay, but don't fool around with my nights.
That's all we need, an unwashed Richard Burton. Sergeant, swear him in.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
All right, but I hate to steal that bit from the Perry Mason show.
Your name?
Lum Linguini.
Is that your name or an ad for Dino's restaurant?
Thanks for the plug, but that's my real name. I came from a long line of Italian hillbillies.
Yeah, well, I trapped you in a lie. There's no such thing as an Italian hillbilly.
Nah, what would you call Sophia Loren?
Mamma mia, he's right.
Now, where were you born, Mr. Linguini?
Well, I hail from a little town called Parmesan Junction.
Parmesan's a cheese.
You should smell this town.
I get your drift from here. I thought they canceled the Untouchables. Now, according to the surveys, you have the most popular show on television.
Yep, my rating's almost as high as I am.
And is your so-called show in color?
Well, for me it is. It's just a gang of bloodshot.
You, sir, are a disgrace. You're supposed to be setting an example for our youth. What education have you had?
I graduated from Harvard.
A Harvard man?
Jawohl.
Tell me, sir, how come you ended up as a shiftless, no-account hillbilly instead of in politics?
I don't know, just lucky, I guess.
Mr. Linguini, do you know you're under oath?
I might hum a few bars. I might know it.
I'd report him to the Attorney General, only he's out on a hike. According to our investigators, you are a man without scruples. You'll do anything for a buck. Movies, television, record albums, personal appearances, magazine articles, books.
That's right. Sound familiar?
I didn't mention Critics' Choice once. Mr. Linguini, it is the considered opinion of this committee...
I haven't voted yet.
Oh! Warmonger. The committee agrees unanimously that you are in violation of a public trust. The airways belong to the public, and you have soiled them with your vulgar, drunken display.
Now, just a gall darn minute, Hortense. It ain't fair to judge the whole show by me. Why don't I bring in the rest of the cast? Suey! Suey! Congressman, this here's my kinfolk.
Boy, the Kennedys think they have a family.
This here's my sister, Billy Saul.
And there's nothing fraudulent about her.
And this is my mother. This is my grandmother. This is my great-grandmother. This is my wife.
Well, how come you shake hands with your wife?
Why not? We're friends.
Mr. Linguini, I apologize to you. You're a fine man and a great American, and I turn the congressional hearings over to you.
Yeah. Wait a minute now. Where are you going?
To see what kind of a rating I can get. Man, that's buttermilk.